We want to welcome you back to the WHHI Daily News. We're joined by Thomas.Reitz, County Councilman for Beaufort County, but representing the southern end of Hilton Head Island. Couple of things we got to go at. I'm not sure if we have talked since Tom Davis brought back to you the whole 278 corridor project and where it stands. You got 3 months, basically, after the first of the year.
March 31st,
yeah,
yes.
For the county and the city of Hilton Head to get together and figure out how to fill a $200 million hole with money. That's a whole lot of bills. Where is that process going to go? What's January? Let's keep it short term. What's January going to mean?
Well, first of all, thanks for having me
Sure.
again. I appreciate it. Congratulations to all the new elected officials. Look forward to working with them. This bridge, the 278 corridor thing, is a monumental task that this council, in cooperation with others, better figure it out. It's been going on for probably 7 years. That shortfall, I mean, listen, think about the November 5th election. The people spoke. Whether you were for it or against it, the people spoke. I think we ought to honor and respect the people that we represent. As far as getting that 190 million or whatever delta there is, I know there's been some talk about that. You know about it. I haven't been part of some of those discussions, unfortunately. But I will tell you, this council, along with town council and others, and Tom Davis, better get that resolved quickly.
All right. Speaking of those meetings, you didn't get invited to one of them. One of them happened, and Joe Passament, the county council chairman,
Yes, sir.
Larry McKellen, the representative from the northern end of Hilton Head Island, got together with Tom Davis. Apparently you weren't invited, and you sent out an email that the Charleston Post and Courier's acquired saying you think they ought to resign because you weren't included, I guess. Tell me why.
Mr. Stevens, you hit me with a good one, and I appreciate that. I would have preferred that email never got out, but it did. But by the same token, you know, there's a process that the people respect, that we need to respect as council members. That was subverted. There was a November 5th vote, again, that I believe maybe people are trying to work around. I don't know, because I had constituents reach out to me asking me, hey, are you going to be at that meeting on Friday? I'm like, what meeting are you talking about? I then try to inquire about it and found out that certain council members are invited, and for whatever reason, I still don't get that reason. But bottom line is this. Regardless of the email getting out, which I'm fine with, I want to offer this to you as well. I offer you to reach out to both Larry and Joe and whoever, and we all come together on your show and talk it out in front of the public. What we do as elected officials, especially after the November 5th vote, should be spoken in public. A lot of this stuff shouldn't be behind closed doors.
And isn't that the whole reason why there is so little trust in county council? Because of all the old closed door meetings and kind of the good old boy network that's gotten around for years, not just the last few months, for years.
Mr. Stevens, I think part of the reason why I was elected, and maybe I had no business winning this election 2 years ago, was because of things that you're talking about. My thing is, we need to learn from that. If we are honest and open, there's nothing we can't resolve, but the people will not. For 2 years, a lot of us on council said, let's be transparent. We talk transparency, honesty, and integrity, but yet we do things differently. Why is it that we're coming together like this? Why? I mean, I didn't want that email to leak, but it did. But my thing is, the people need to know, how are we going to, personally, I'm not going to operate the same way the next 2 years. I will blow this up if we have to, but my thing is, we need honesty and transparency, and why not? The people deserve it. People talk about getting trust back. Doing something like this, how does that earn that trust?
All right. Where are you on 278 on the corridor project? You say the vibe I'm getting here is that you're not so sure you want to fill that hole, and because the voters said no, they didn't want us to support it. You don't want to go find the money.
Actually, I am for open, honest debate. If there is a better solution, by all means. If there's not, what I'm telling you right now is that corridor project needs to be resolved. It's been bandied about, studied incessantly for years.
Sure.
Let's stop spending the taxpayer money on studies. Let's take care of whatever it is, get it done. Now, you think about it. The McKay span, if by March 31st, this group can't come up with this money, I don't know how they're going to do what they're going to do. But let's say the state will come in and take care of that at their own dime. So effectively, the voters said on November 5th, no to a tax, which is going to maybe show the people that, hey, this 500 and some odd million that was going to be spent for this big bridge, which I'm not for or against, I'm for the right thing, the best solution, but we're saving the taxpayers 500 million plus, and the state fixes the span. That's the way I understand it. And if I'm wrong, I'd like somebody to come on the show and talk to Mr. Stevens and take care of that.
Right now, they're just saying that they're going to fix one of the 4 spans is on the table to get fixed.
Yes, sir.
And they'll do that.
They'll do that, and it's at their dime, the state's dime. It will not cost the taxpayers money. The money's already there. And then I think what they said is when the other spans come up for retrofitting, or they'll do that as well, but it's on the state. My thing is, I'm not saying no to the big bridge. Not at all. I'm saying let's do the right thing, but let's get the people involved so they know what's going on.
Okay. Well, okay. We'll see.
But again, openness.
Let's go a little long here. We're gonna do that because I want to talk about it. It is the end of the year.
Yes, sir.
A lot has happened in the county that you, or your neighbor, but your neighbor might not. Has happened on a positive nature. Talk about that.
Oh, there are many things, many big issues, but one that I want to bring up today that I think is going to change how we work together is drainage or stormwater. Since Storm Debbie, I took a stand that Bay Pines is going to be put our stake in the ground, and finally, after decades, take care of some business there. Answer the people, listen to them, find out what's going on, and as a result, all these entities, whether it's Bay Pines, Point Comfort, Tide Point, Ashton Cove, Old Woodlands, I have brought the county engineers and people together with the town. And just last week, Bob Bennett over at Sea Pines, we got him involved with his stormwater fixes, and we're bringing these great minds together. We have incredible staffs. Get the professionals together and have an island-wide master plan, if you will. And I know that's in early discussions, but why, this 12 miles is not big, but if we come together and get the great minds together for stormwater, which is already taking place, great things are going to happen.
Okay. How about that? Let's end the year on a good note and look forward to 2025. Thanks so much for coming in.
Mr. Stevens, thank you.
Happy holidays.
Merry Christmas to everybody. Thank you.
All right, Thomas.Reitz, County Councilman, for representing the south end of Hilton Head Island. We'll be back with more of the WHHI Daily News right after this.